Over the last 2 weeks, we have been running from 4 a.m. to noon. That was the designated time period that we wanted to run a hedging strategy, running the ESM contract on the left on a 5-minute interval, one mini contract, and on the right, an MES, a micro, 5. We ran the mini in one direction, and we ran the micro in the other direction. For the most part, we ran the ES, the 5-minute long, and the micro short. Why would we do that? Because we were working on smoothing out our equity curve. We wanted to smooth out the drawdowns. And by so doing, we as well will smooth down the overall profit. I want to show you in just the next couple of minutes how we did, not just for yesterday, but for the entire week. Also, all of last week. As we mentioned, it was over the last 2 weeks. You know, folks, anybody can have a winning trade. Anybody can have a winning day. Anybody can have a winning week. But once you get beyond 1 week, if you are putting them together back to back to back, you have game. You do have game. The question is, are you keeping score? Are you learning from what you are doing so that you can make some adjustments? So we're going to show you our scorecard for this hedging strategy for all of last week, all of this week, and we're also going to share with you what we learned. Let me do that right now. To introduce myself, I'm Bagger Don at StockMarketCaddy.com. We are not about handing out the fish. We are all about helping people learn to trade mechanically, robotically, so that they can trade as a business, so that they will be here from 1 year to the next, from 1 decade to the next. We're not going to get rich on any one trade, any one day, or any 1 week, but we are going to be able to trade successfully as a business in good times when the market's going up, presumably, and yes, when the market is going down. Let us show you our scorecard with some notes. Running this hedging strategy that we call the swing machine hedger, 5-minute, 1-minute, fully robotic. We had gross profits last week of $4,277. We had a loss of $150. We netted $4,127 and had a profit factor over 25, close to 30. How did we do this week? Let us show you. So running the exact same strategy this week, it was a holiday week. Monday we didn't do anything. So it was just Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And this is what we did. Not nearly as well. We had a gross profit of $3,065. We had a gross loss of $1,585, which we'll address in a moment. Our net is incorrect. Let's correct that. Our net was actually $1,480 for a profit factor of 1.93. Now, we did run the hedger these first 3 days with a bias to the long side. The 5-minute was long, the 1-minute was short. Now, on Thursday night, because the ES on a daily, the S&P, was approaching euphoria, we felt that we should fade, or we should be favoring the short side of the market. And we opted to flip it. So we had on Friday the 5-minute going short and the 1-minute going long. And unfortunately, for the sake of 1 hour, it turned on at 4 in the morning. Had it turned on at 3, we would have caught ourselves a $3,000 winning trade, but we missed that trade. We missed it. And the hedging strategy, it wasn't long again. We never got really another significant long trade, and therefore had a losing day. One of the things that we learned that we're prepared to make an adjustment for is to build a program where the hedging side of the program can recognize whether or not the core position is either long or short. Meaning, we'd rather not be hedging if the core position is flat. And so we learned that from doing it. What was our total net for the past 2 weeks and profit factor? Let's calculate that. So over the last 2 weeks, running this hedging strategy, 5-minute interval, 1-minute hedger, 1 mini on the ES, 5 micros on the MES, we had a gross profit over 2 weeks of $7,342. We had losses and commissions that totaled $1,735. Our net was $5,607 over the 2 weeks, and our profit factor was a little bit over 4. Beautiful. For our members, if you have any questions, our annual members, please do not hesitate to reach out. We're going to, during the summer months, every 2 weeks, run a new program. We're doing this to stimulate ideas, to help our members look at the markets and strategies in a different light and have the opportunity to learn something new. If you are changing, though, strategies or your approach, going from options to buying shares to futures, throwing contracts on one day, another day, that type of trading, that inconsistency is not going to help your confidence. It is not going to get you where you want to go in terms of trading as a business. Over the next 2 weeks, starting at 4 a.m. to noon, we will be trading 2 markets this time. Won't be a hedging strategy. We don't expect it to be. And we're going to trade 1 micro on the NQ and 1 micro on the Russell. That's our plan. If you have any questions and want to know more about Stock Market Caddy, feel free to visit stockmarketcaddy.com and feel free to give us a call at 813-758-8263. We wish you well. Thanks.